Good Tuesday morning to anyone who is watching this, and forgive if there's a lot of background noise. The video is needing to be done now for other things that I have going on today, and I can't stop this noise in the background. So forgive any of the sounds. I just wanted to come on and express that I am actually and integratedly, even though it's so hard for me to do it sometimes, committing to doing a regular video. And I'm doing it on Mondays is where I'm committing, but today is Tuesday. And you know what? Better late than never. And so I want to embody XYZ. In my life, the topic of embodiment has been of importance to me as someone who is a cosmic, interdimensionally traveling being and aware of all this. It's been so important for me to really be in my body, and not even just in my body, being in my body like as far as doing yoga practices and running and eating good food and all of that, but in my body in the sense of practicing what I preach and all of these beautiful divine messages that I'm so infiltrated with in every moment, and actually embodying that, hi Ray, and actually embodying that into physical 3D reality. And it's challenging, I think, for some people who are really sensitive, and I can only speak from experience, to really take this beautiful, vast space of love and to embody it in physical form. Why is that challenging? Why is that challenging? Well, in my own life experience, it's been because I have been abused, and there's been a lot of physical, actual limitations. Physical, limitations, right? So money, not having money, right? That could be a limitation. Being sick, getting sick, that could be a physical limitation. Having someone in the house die and then there's a sense of grief, that can be a limitation, because grieving is a process that takes time and energy and space, right? So in my experience, embodiment has been so important because I am love, right? I am oneness. I am connected to all things. And how do I actually practice that in a way that's integrating and supportive of my humanness? Because I have physical needs, I need to at some point take showers. I need to at some point eat food. I need to at some point drink water. And these are all physical human needs. But for instance, the process of getting water, it's like we turn on our faucet and there's water, but that process, how that came to be, took a lot of time and effort and energy. And so I wrote, I want to embody confidence. And that was just the one I picked today. And I picked it because for whatever reason, that was the guidance that I got. And it came a lot from, I am terrified to get on these live videos. It scares the shit out of me to get on and to be so naked in front of people and to have no knowing on whether or not someone's going to judge me or persecute me or anything on the other end. It's really, really, really vulnerable. And so how do I embody confidence? Well, I embody confidence by doing the shit that scares me. It's like there's this threshold, there's this passageway. And I see this passageway as all of the limitations that we've been told by our external circumstances and all the limitations that we've then fed into internally, right? So it's like the key holders of that which we want so badly in life, we have to pass through this threshold of the demons and the monsters and the scary things. And I'm using the demons and the monsters and the scary things because I love to play, and that's definitely one of the ways that I find joy and confidence in life, is through play and seeing that this is all just one big playground for us, and we can take some of the seriousness out of being a human being, because seriousness is so easy to be in this world given the state of things. So a little bit of play sometimes goes a long way for me. And I pulled this card this morning, and we're gonna look at it. It's called The Bard, And the bard represents storytelling and represents the gift of looking at our history and looking at the path that we have taken in order to empower ourselves in the now. And that involves music and the gift of storytelling and poetry. And so, hi, storytelling today. Bring up your carpets, bring up your little mats, we'll tell a little story. So in this story, there is a girl. There is a beautiful maiden. I'm going to go with maiden. The maiden dreams of a beautiful day in which all people are living in harmony and in which all people are sharing their human experience with compassion. And there is a love that circulates because everyone just is in the resting compassion of our shared humanness and how we all experience great suffering and joy and bliss and sadness and happiness. And we can have compassion in our shared humanness. And so this is her big vision, right? This is the world in which she exists in her innermost heart. However, going out into the world as this vulnerable maiden in the day and age in which we have the certain types of things that are going on in our government and our psyche and our life, it's unknown to her that she'll get beat down. So she goes out and she's confident. She's confident because she is so in love with this vision of great joy and compassion between humans. Walking down the street is an angry person. Rah, yeah, just spewing their anger everywhere. And there's like a little bit of some hesitation, and she takes a deep breath and she remembers what her vision is, and she continues forth. Well, this road has been plagued with demons. Angry, sad, hopeless, desperate, persecuting, victims, martyrs, everywhere. So sometimes it's hard to hold on to the vision. And yet the vision is within. And so, in her meditation, in her prayer, in her communion with herself, she goes into her heart and remembers that purity, remembers the light of that vision, the innocence of that vision, gathers up the strength from that vision that rests within her, and continues on. Now, time has passed, and she's passed many a demon, many a desperate person, many a sorrow. There's ways in which they cling to her back as she continues to trudge up the mountain. Fear, anger, hopelessness, clinging to her back. Help me, see me, take me with you. Compassion is her gift. And so it's challenging sometimes as compassion loves and welcomes these feelings, these demons. And yet there's a vision, and that vision includes all of it, including the compassion that her heart brings. Confidence. What the fuck is confidence? To me, embodying confidence is deeply connecting with myself. Feeling my range of emotion, understanding through that welcoming that I have the capacity to both experience deep sorrow and also great joy. There's ways in which I am still in a process of uncovering how I can embody confidence even more and what that means to me. As most things that I am in the inquiry about, I'm constantly in an open inquiry about it because I learn more and more and more and more as I go and I gain life experiences. Not even gain them, it's not like a tally, but it's like a ring around the tree, right? The tree does get older, and with each year it gains more wisdom in its treeness. So in a sense, I'm gaining more wisdom in confidence every day. I get confused sometimes because what I used to think confidence was a big shiny show, right? Like this, like, I'm a big superstar, la la la. And when I would feel down and sad, I felt like, oh man, I'm not confident. Shit, I can't show up in the world and be myself because I'm not big and shiny and putting on a show, you know? Like I'm sad as fuck. It doesn't mean that I am not confident when I'm sad. I am human. I came on in attempt and honoring of sharing myself in full whatever the heck comes through as a transmission of embodying confidence. That to me means that whether or not I am snotting, crying, weeping, laughing, pissed off, angry, hateful, joyous, every fucking emotion is confidence expressing itself when I have the courage to be vulnerable enough to show others that. I'm so angry right now with the parts of me that have ever bought into the idea that I had to be happy and excited and joyous in order to be perceived as confident and or okay. I'm thinking right now of family dynamics and just how I'm a deeply emotional human, and you know, I've been told that that's going to impede my enlightenment, and I'm just gonna say fuck off to that statement because I don't buy into that shit. I can't help that this is just what happens. I have cried every day, almost every day. I cry every day now, but like I have cried almost every day my entire existence as a human being thus far, at least at some point in the day. And so it's often confusing. You know, I get people that are like, are you okay? Are you okay? You don't seem okay. I am a human being. Of course I'm not okay. What I mean by that is I'm just owning that there's nothing wrong with feelings. There's nothing wrong with experiencing a range of emotions. Another way that I have gypped myself from feeling confident is jumping onto this perpetual loop of fixing myself. Right? Wow, I could be more transformed. That is a crippling idea that has crippled me in my life. I need to be more transformed. How can I be more transformed? What's happening in my life? I'm feeling all these emotions. It must be because I am not transformed enough. That is bullshit. And I have totally bought into that so many times. So many times. Confidence is humble. It doesn't need to get on the rooftops and shout how confident it is. A little old lady selling flowers at the market is confident in herself. It's her duty to pay for her family, to provide for her family. She enjoys being in nature. And there's a grace. There's a compassion. There's an ease about her way. I know there's a lot going on in our world right now, and trailblazers are in the forefront, bringing the change, bringing the transformation out into the people. Excuse me. And yes, that is needed. That is absolutely and utterly beautiful. I feel confidence is also expressed in the moments when we are feeling the most tender and are willing to allow that tenderness to be seen, as it doesn't affect the identity of needing to be any certain way, to be loved, to be cherished, to be held. I felt like asking today for a message of asking my father what his biggest accomplishment was, because I'm wanting to gain confidence in my life, right? And I asked him, what is the biggest accomplishment? And I don't talk to my dad. Actually, we don't talk based on conflict of interest and identity issues. Like, it's an ever-evolving process, family dynamics, especially when there was a lot of abuse in the family, and bringing harmony back into relationships with parents is I would say challenging, but it's an ever-evolving process for me. In many ways it is challenging, but it's a challenge that I have just in my experience. And I was guided, this is really vulnerable, I was guided to ask him, not with words, even though I was told to ask him what his biggest accomplishment was in life for purposes of self investigation and learning about, like, what is it? So I'm asking everyone out of curiosity, like, what is your perceived biggest accomplishment in life? I really want to know, because it's so different for everyone, what our perceived biggest accomplishments are in life. Anyways, what was given to me was that his biggest accomplishment in life was having me, and or us as the children, but in the moment it was personal to me, having a child. And there's going to be a video next week, and I'm going to speak about what else I want to embody. Every week's topic is going to be, I want to embody XYZ, something. And in many ways, if you're looking to gain confidence, I suggest looking for practices, physical practices that help with confidence. I know that might seem really bizarre, and it might seem like, oh my God, but to be honest, sometimes doing breath of fire, where it's like rapid breath, over and over and over again, where it can get us out of our head and just really into our bodies, can really just help bring a sense of confidence. Because the monkey mind's not going. The demons, the demons that are on our pathway, they're not as strong because we're really connected with ourselves. Right? When we're really connected with ourselves on a deep level, it does not matter what demons show up in the field, whether external or internal, because it's the same thing. There's a coming from within. There's a sourced from within in a very physical way. And I've definitely had to use a lot of physical practices in my life in order to anchor into sense of embodiment, because I'm really sensitive. I get communicated with from all kinds of things. I used to get talked to by ghosts, and now I get galactic beings and all. So there's like, I'm a psychic. and I get communicated with by all these psychic beings, and I perceive all this stuff. And so sometimes confidence for me is just getting in my body, doing some fucking push-ups, some breath of fire, whoa, going to the beach and just yelling and jumping in the ocean and dancing and singing all day, right? And that's my confidence anchor. Everyone who's watching this, I just want to let you know, because I'm working on it too, and I'm going to remind you that you are enough as you are, and that enoughness is where the confidence is birthed from. This deep knowing that I am enough is where the confidence, the true confidence, gets birthed from. Because I am enoughness isn't trying to be anything, isn't trying to share anything more than their organic expression of self, which means I could eat a fucking cookie and sip my tea and I am enough. I could quit my job, I could live in a tent, I could hate life, and I am enough. Okay? So no matter whether you're happy, you're sad, you're joyful, blissful, shitting all over the place, I don't care in regards to whether or not you're enough. And I'm gonna let you know that I could work at embodying this even more. And so I'm going to come on every week and do I Want to Embody X. And today is I Want to Embody Confidence. And if anyone has any questions, I would love and welcome questions in a conversation, because this is an ever-evolving thing for me too. And I want to embody confidence. Or I embody confidence, or I want to embody confidence is equal to I embody that I am enough. Even I embody that I am enough. However you're manifesting yourself in this moment, however much transformation you've done, whatever little amount of transformation you've done, I can't say with 100% certainty when every single program, pattern, feeling, will be eradicated from my life. Okay? I can't say when every single piece of childhood trauma will be cleared out of my chakras, okay? I can't say that for certain. And I'm not going to let anyone that is in my life buy into that there is a not enoughness until that shit gets transformed. Fierce anger, right? Because I am not going to buy into that. I unmask any ideas in which I have thought that I need to transform out of every single bit of trauma until I can be enough. Whatever it is, divine timing is a fucking thing, okay? Because we can force winter to come. It ain't gonna come until winter's coming, okay? There's cycles. There are processes that as a human being we are involved in inherently in this human body. So please have patience and understand through compassion. It is fucking challenging. Challenging. Getting up out of bed sometimes is challenging, guys. It does not make me less worthy. I just really have such a huge desire to strip all of the public communication streams out into their base vulnerable root, because I ain't got no shields up anymore. Thank you, Phoebe, for being here. So loving and let me pause for a second, because there's a lot of information through my senses, through my mind, through my desires, through my humanness, through what I thought I was gonna say. Packing for Bhakti. Yes, Bhakti. Welcoming in Bhakti energy. Ted. Wherever we are on our path, no matter what life circumstances, experiences, circumstances, they're all circumstances. It's all circumstance. I don't know why I'm whispering this, but I'm whispering it like it's a secret. It's all circumstance. Whatever the circumstances, you are enough. I am enough. And may we embody that we are enough in honor of our confidence, our authentic confidence being expressed as human beings in this life, whatever it is that you're here to do, whatever it is that you're here to be, it is enough. I'll be on next week in the morning with I Want to Embody, bam, XYZ. I ain't gonna tell you what it is yet because I have no idea. And if there's anything that you want me to talk about, please feel free to comment on here. I hope you have so much fun at Bhakti, and thank you for tuning in. Any way in which you are in any moment is enough. Maybe I'll be shown the way into our innermost confidence in every moment. Mwah!